Hello everyone, I am Touch Detective 2.5, and this is some more Let's Play Tessellating Hexagons. Scratch that, reverse it. I was about to say rehearse it. Anyway, what did we do in the last episode? We finished the first half of this case, which I still don't know what it has to do with deliverance, but maybe that's because I don't fully understand the word. Anyway, we actually have something to investigate at this point. Although we're not fully sure what it is. I mean, weird stuff has happened. We've got a fossilized guy, but that's kind of... Oh, I'm sorry, fossilized, because Americans can't spell. Anyway, I thought maybe there was something in Mackenzie's room that was worth getting, but no, there isn't. I must be thinking of a different case. Anyway, apparently Cromwell forgot something incredibly vital, and in this instance, it's a letter. But it's already been opened? The fuck? Really? Really, Cromwell? Is there no privacy? Mackenzie's face right there as well. Well, yes, you're protective, but, I mean, come on. Come on. Anyway, so, looks like a strange seal from this distance, but first of all, stop trying to forcibly ship us, Cromwell, and second, give us a moment to get a closer look. Yep, it's the Cornstalker. And she's even reading it in his voice. So... apparently he's a bit of a ditz, but he's still out to steal something. One of the things that the hairy guy found in the last episode, well, didn't find it, that he showed to us in the last episode anyway. So, well, where does one begin with this? Because we have a warning letter, but then Cromwell is still hooked on the fact that it's a B-list case. Anyway, we're supposed to go to the museum, but I stopped off here first. I was going to cut this bit out because I'm supposed to come here later, but I kept it in because I came here to get an item that's not here yet, but I left this clip in just to show that Penelope and, by extension, Chloe are still where we left them at the end of the last episode. So, we're regrouping at the museum, and this guy seems convinced that there's some sort of press conference happening, but we established it's not a pearl. I know what a pearl looks like. Hashtag birdmom, because American fandoms and their spellings. Anyway, we should probably warn him, because it's his discovery that the Cornstalker's out to get. So, yeah, he's kind of in danger. Oh, come on, drop it. You may be a tough guy, but, I mean, the Cornstalker's clever. What more is there to say? Paper beats rock, and rock is toughness, and paper is a diploma or something, I don't know. Anyway, Inspector Diarrhea. I wondered how long it would take for you to get here. Now, at this exact point in the case, I'm going to show off a glitch. You can walk over this area loses all of its clipping, but only at this exact point in the case. If you go into an out-of-bounds area and save, and then quit and then come back in, then the bounds will be reimposed, and you'll have to start the case over again. Like, you'll be trapped there, you won't be able to move or move forward. Now, if you leave this screen, any direction, or quit out and come back in, then the clipping will have come back, so just at that point in the case, just when Inspector Diarrhea arrives, you can do that. But only in that area at that point in time. And also, I got caught on the table just there, but Mayor Tom, the turkey-ass motherfucker, is still worried about the fossil hunter, but we should probably learn more about the curse of the pyramid. I mean, it's not a real pyramid, so it's probably not a real curse, but it would still benefit us to know a bit more about it. If nothing else, perhaps to use to our advantage later down the line. You'll see what I mean, in this episode even. Anyway, you need to talk about the fossil hunter to advance the case, so I just wanted to investigate this area before we advance the case. Because... well, and hang on a minute. We found a pearl that isn't a pearl, that's an amber colour. And this fucker's missing an eye. So... surely the orb is just his eye? It's not that much of a stretch? Anyway, I should probably ask him about the fossil hunter, because apparently this isn't a statue, this is an actual fossilized guy, because Americans can't spell. Just watch through this LP and take a drink every time I blame the fact that Americans can't spell on the... such fun. Anyway, what do we do next? Apparently there's a racket outside, but that's probably just Inspector Diarrhea setting up. Because she... somehow when she runs, she emits sirens. I can totally English. Anyway, I don't think the scientific community is that sort of community, Mr. Sir. Anyway, it's not worth asking if you can borrow it, because of course he's going to say no, so let's trick him into thinking he's eaten the father when it's actually just gummy worms, if you know what I mean. Out of context, just this into that hole. Aye, in a pro with a GoPro. Alright then, you beardy McPherson. You fail! Like, he was off by quite a bit. Well, it's our turn, and we should just walk up and plug it in by hand up. Give it a few years and I'm sure you'll master the art of beer pong, Mackenzie, but not right now, you're too young. No, we weren't we weren't playing with it, we were pretending to play with it, but that's a good point actually. How do you pretend to play something? Like, surely to one extent, it's sort of like, how do you have half a hole? You know? Hey, it's Toothpaste Guy! Luxembourgish Toothpaste Guy. I forgot he was in this case. Well, I remembered because I had to play through this to record this, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Mayor Tom and Hairy Guy, his name's Harrison, by the way. Mayor Tom and Harrison are going to have a duel of some kind, and that's brought Chloe and Penelope back over here with your butt hair. We didn't ditch you, we were just spontaneously teleported back to the office because we had a letter and waffles to eat. And apparently Toothpaste Guy is just here to protect Inspector Diarrhea. Oh, that's cute. Well, actually, it's kind of psychologically disturbing, but it's also cute. Now then, remember how I mentioned a while ago, that Inspector Diarrhea shares a lot of similarities with Chloe? Well, this is the first time they've ever formally met. And, well, we'll see how that goes. Borderline narcissism. Although they do kind of... I suppose they do make a good team in that they're both incompetent. And apparently... Diarrhea can see that in her. That was a weird sentence. Anyway, once you're done fawning over her and being a fangirl... And... Are you going to go home, Penelope? Because you usually go home at a time like this. I can sympathise. Although I don't use nail hardener, I just use nail polish because I am fabulous, except I'm ambiguous, so deal with it. Anyway, we should probably show Diarrhea the letter because, I mean, she's the police, we're a private investigator, so, you know, it's probably for the best that she knows what's going on. Also, she considers herself the Cornstalker's rival, so it's probably for the best that she knows that he's coming. Steady on. Anyway, we should do some other stuff, and this you can save till later, but this is what I was trying to do earlier. We need Penelope's nail hardener. Like, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm just going to take your nail hardener. Just trust me, I have a third eye which is caused by lesbian space rocks. Just trust me, we're going to need it in the future. So, she's busy doing nothing at all, stressing over nothing, don't bother to call, don't want to work, I want to make money while I sleep. Which is actually YouTube in a nutshell, come to think of it. Oh, it takes a lot of work, obviously, but plus I don't make that much money. Anyway, we need to come here just so that we can be mugged by the politest mugger in the world who didn't actually take anything, and funnily enough, the antiques shop is closed. That's funny, considering it's owned by the guy with the voice who has the same voice as the Cornstalker, and we never see them both in the same place at the same time. It totally couldn't be the same person, I'm sure. Anyway. I tried to get another marshmallow for the road, but we don't need it anymore, so there's no point getting it. Why do you all have milk bottles? Like, what? Care to elaborate? Yeah, from where cameth the milk? Oh, the bloody milkman, the hairy baby maker. So, funny how we've never actually seen the milkman. Anyway, this is what we needed the information for the curse about, because they're not going to let us through, and we kind of need to get back into the museum. But of course, Diarrhea's not going to let us in because she's guarding the vicinity. So, similar logic to the first case of the first game, where you need to make everyone fall asleep so that there are people in Dreamworld. Well, in this case, we need to get everyone scared so that they'll fuck off. Like, we can't just scare Diarrhea alone, because if the others aren't scared, then she won't buy into it, because that's how hype works. But first, we're going to, I don't know, get some information out of this, because we are still investigating the case, you know. That was a crap burp, I'll cut that out. Anyway, tell them all about the curse. Yes, the fossils are cursed, the pyramid's cursed, and the fossil hunter got turned to stone, and that's part of the curse. Anyway, that should paranoia them sufficiently. Why isn't paranoia a verb? Anyway, we just need a little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I swear, after I named that episode, I could not get that song out of my head. Anyway, this balloon, we just need it to, inhale. I think that's the only time you get to hear that voice. Well, that version of her voice in this game. So, well, conclusion, Toothpaste Guy is easily brought out by hype, Diarrhea and Chloe are stupid, and I have been able to continue to be tessellating hexagons, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.